You are listening to the Wisecracker podcast.
Oh, huh. I remember.
Can you hear me?
I've been watching old South Park, and
Sounds good.
they had that episode about them. I just assumed they'd be divorced.
Oh, the one where it's like
Because South
Cartman's
Park
hand is.
South Park
Yeah.
hit them so hard that their marriage couldn't survive.
I mean,
South Park, the
you
takedown.
joke.
Well, it's just so
that would
far.
suck to have like your kids watching a cartoon and you walk in and they're like, "Dad, they're fucking getting you and Mom."
Yeah.
like,
They're smoking
Dad,
your
hey, look at
mom.
this. You're fucking an 8-year-old's hand.
yeah, like how would that not start like a rift between you and your wife? And then plus, there's all the fucking alcoholism that he had, and he made Pearl Harbor.
Oh, yeah.
So you would
Pearl
have to
Harbor.
be. There's already definitely some kind of animosity.
Yeah, there's got to be an
animosity
argument. Whenever they get into an argument, she's got to be like, hey, you made that piece of shit
Hopefully.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, yeah. Like you
You're
could
you
literally
little dick bitch.
you could be like, you come home drunk 3 a.m. every single night, and you know I'm sober. You know how hard that is for me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the voice. Oh yeah, you made Pearl Harbor. What are you gonna say? You're Ben Affleck. You were the worst
God.
Batman. It's like, yeah, you can't. Jennifer Lopez, that's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
She
J-Lo.
she was on
Back when she had the biggest ass any white American had ever seen. Do you remember those
yeah,
days?
you see her at the Grammys, and it's like it's actually like
now
you
it's like
can't
seeing the
compute.
Wright brothers playing or something. There's nothing impressive about it.
Yeah, well, she's
Ass
doing these like
technology.
Yeah, there
Yes.
needs to be an ass museum.
She's
Where it's just like,
selling-
this is a museum where how white people learned about
Yeah, so
asses.
people know like where we started.
Yeah.
I think my
How
most
far we've
racist
come?
opinion is that asses they come and go, tits are forever.
Mm.
That's my most racist opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
It's because
I don't know. Tits come and go sometimes.
You think?
know? Yeah. If
I think
you,
tits are
if like a
primal.
little,
They're like
if a little
nature.
thing, if a little lump grows on them, they get rid of them.
Oh, they literally
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
No one's ever like removed my ass.
Yeah. No one's getting
That's a
ass
good point.
cancer.
Except for lipo. But like even then, it's like having a fat ass, even if it's like in a bad way, a fat ass, it's like good right now.
Yeah.
But like I remember a simpler time, before those guys from way in the back crashed a plane into our skyscrapers. Like,
Oh yeah. You think they brought the ass in? You think
I think
Osama?
it
That's what he's
flipped the
trying to
world
do.
upside down. Yeah. But like
long
like Paris
game.
Hilton was the girl, and
Yeah.
like she had no ass, and there was like just saying like, does this make my ass look big? And now girls like go to the gym 14 times a week to get a big ass.
As
Yeah,
they
yeah.
should.
One time I complimented a girl I was sleeping with's ass, and she was like, "Thanks, I worked on this." It's
That's
like,
great. Then like it's like a thing that you can actually like improve, and now I think it's empowering women,
Yeah.
having them get big fat juicy asses. And
Well, you can't really work out to get bigger tits.
No.
You can work out
And
to
as
get
a matter of
tighter
fact,
ass.
if women work out too much and they get like that kind of like jacked body, their tits get like weird. They get like Roblox tits.
Ooh,
Like
You get
when
the-
you have
you
the
build up the
pecs
muscle
and then-
underneath it. Yeah.
I've noticed
Yeah.
it because the more you lift chest, the more that it's just you now have tits sitting on top of like a hard layer.
well, it is hot because then I mean they may not have tits, but they can beat your ass.
Yeah, that is
which is
hot.
hot.
You like getting tossed
that-
around.
Yeah, do you like the muscle mommies?
Not actually.
No.
Last girl I dated was like, she was like 5'10", 100 pounds.
Yes. the correct size and weight. Yeah.
Yeah, of just like a woman who you could just I could pick up. I'm 5'4". I could just throw this woman across the room if I
Yeah,
wanted
like
to.
having a nice.
If you ever have to.
If I had to. She was rushing at me. If I was like, it was
it was a-
self-defense.
if
She had
or
a
she
gun.
wouldn't let you have the last word or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Or yeah.
Or if there's like a ledge, if you're on like an island or something, and there's a ledge you can't reach, and you have to like throw her.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good part of having a tiny little girlfriend.
Yeah, a tiny big girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, developing the ass is like yes, queen. Like they didn't get Hillary, but they did get like have a big ass. We like it.
What if Hillary had a big ass? We'd live in an entirely different world.
It would have been like,
well.
that it's a good thing someone with your temperament isn't in charge, Donald, because you'd be in jail. If she turned around and was just like, fuck, like, hit him with his her big ass. I think.
Well, there's be a lot of things. She'd be president. Her husband wouldn't be a pedophile. She probably wouldn't be a pedophile.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I will blame this on her. If she had a bigger ass,
if she had a bigger ass,
been chasing. Because he can't really. I don't think Bill is a pedophile. I think he's just like, the world's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Like and he just worked his way through until he eventually got to like.
Have you guys ever been to Arkansas?
No.
They're fucked up over there. So it's like he's like I guess he was the mayor of Little Rock or some shit. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just from Little Rock.
Little Rock, big cop.
Little Rock is fucked up. I went to do their club.
You're from.
I'm from Nashville. Yeah. I would do their club at Looney Bin sometimes. And one time I was there was 2 active serial killers.
In the audience or on stage?
They were just out, dude. They were they might have been there. They might have been there.
Oh, in town. Oh,
Yeah.
well, you can't like.
That happened this summer
probably-
back in Philly. Someone escaped the prison closest to us, and it was like just kind of the talk of the town.
Yeah.
When you think about it, there's probably active serial killers in like every major city. Because
I guess LA.
Not Southern California.
You mean the capital? What I think the FBI called this the capital of serial killers. Or
I had
something.
an MS-13 graffiti like on my garage. Like,
Oh, I think I do too.
yeah. No, I have 2. I have MS-14 on my garage.
Yeah. Somebody told me that. So where my grandfather used to live, that neighborhood in Nashville was the second biggest neighborhood in the nation for MS-13.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a funny story about
Is that like on the town sign or anything, or did they?
That's it's a really shitty suburb in like the south of Nashville called Antioch. And that was kind of like you notice like these cities sometimes they have like the running joke bad area,
Right.
but they're only the running joke bad area because it's an area white people might live.
Sure.
Sure.
So
they
that's
know
where he was.
about it.
What?
Like the biggest ass we know of.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the worst place you can visit.
Yeah, none of us are-
As far as I know,
Yeah, no one's visiting North
far as I care
Nashville.
to
Like fucking.
it's just a
Unless you're buying
empty
heroin.
space
Am
on
I
the map.
right that in the South it seems like not because Tennessee is the South, right?
Yeah.
It's like in the cities, it's like, oh, the cities are fun and good, and you go there for your bachelorette to get fucked up. But then, like, the surrounding areas are kind of where it gets sketchy.
Nashville can be incredibly sketchy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It depends on what you mean sketchy. Like, they're more Republican, but also Nashville's very Republican.
most
I mean
dangerous.
sketchy like sketch comedy.
The most dangerous places are probably in the city. Like,
Okay, so I was wrong.
yeah. I would say like North Nashville is like probably
You
the
believe
sketchiest
TV too
part.
much.
Yeah, I was too busy
Watching
watching
too much TV.
Watching Don Lemon be like, the South, the cities in the South are good. Everywhere
Well,
else sucks.
There's a lot of like fucking like sketchy ass small towns though, but it's
Yeah.
like they're sketchy in a racist way. They're sketchy in a black person literally can't drive through here type of way.
Right.
Which
That
is
doesn't matter to
That's
me.
that's okay. For me.
yeah. I mean, it's not sketchy for you guys.
but
They
I'll
love
be-
you guys.
Wait, let's get this straight.
I don't know,
I'd be
maybe-
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you'd be
fine.
fine.
That's
Well, I don't know. You guys are Yankees, so who the fuck knows?
Oh yeah, that's
That's
true, I
another. That is a
suppose.
fun thing where I feel like
We're north of the Mason-Dixon line. You're basically Jewish, I think.
that is a true testament to the war of Northern aggression.
Yeah.
Is the thing of like, I never think about the South disparagingly of like the fucking slave owning South, but it does seem like in the South there's like pockets of people where it's like, your great granddad was a fucking blue coat or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I do kind of feel like it was.
You know,
kinda got that.
so you're both from Pennsylvania originally. Like you were born there.
Yeah.
My dad, he's from outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh hell yes, that's the South.
It's kind of farm. It's kind of farmy.
Yeah.
I looked up how much the average house costs where he grew up. $40,000.
Right.
Today,
Yes,
It's
today.
a mansion. It's like a
nice.
6-bedroom, 14.
Yeah, it's like a mansion. You can buy a mansion there for $30.
nice.
But you have to drive 60 minutes to
Don't
Sheetz.
let's not say the name of this place because I want to not blow it up. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only,
yeah.
the
Still wanna
only
get a
store
mansion.
around is a gas station. Which
J.C.
I'm
Penney's
not
is
saying
coming
it's
here
bad.
because of me.
Pittsburgh was interesting. We have family. My dad was born in our dad's. No, my dad was born in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
So
okay.
we always had ties to Pittsburgh, and we had family there too.
So you guys go to Kennywood?
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
time.
Dude, Kennywood's the shit.
Ride the Phantom.
Oh.
Because
What's that one that's like the underground thing?
Noah's Ark?
Maybe, but there's like an
They did have Noah's Ark.
The old mill.
It's like an underground thing, and the whole line, it's like a Chernobyl type thing, kind of.
Oh, the,
It's like
the
sci-fi.
Noah's Ark.
Yeah,
thing?
that,
Is
I
that
think that
Noah's
is
Ark?
Noah's Ark. I think the ride is literally like
Or-
you enter in and there's like you're like in hell. Like there's like it's like a clear, transparent thing, and there's just like dead people. Anyway, there's like a fucking either way, even if it's not the same thing we're talking about. There's a ride at Kennywood that is Noah's Ark, and you walk in, and the first thing is like you're underwater. You're with all the fucking what's it called?
Liberals.
Sinners. Yeah, you're down there with the Democrats, just
Yeah.
The
drowning.
liberals who didn't get on the ark. They did not heed
They only let
God's
2
warning.
Democrats on,
Yeah.
Adam and Steve.
Yeah. No, but it was
Kennywood.
crazy because when we went to fucking Kennywood as like 7-year-olds, like I was probably like 5, and it's like, of course, you know, your Christian mom and Christian aunt are gonna be like, "There's a Noah's Ark ride. We're going on that," and it was
Yeah.
like a fucking horror. It
theme.
was like a spooky house, a haunted house, and you're walking
Yeah, it
in
was
thinking it's
crazy.
gonna be like, I get to see 2
I got-
giraffes.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you walk into hell
Yeah.
where there's people like
Were you guys
I
raised
got real
Catholic?
sick on that ride.
No,
I
raised
remember, because there's like a
Presbyterian.
motion
Oh, okay.
sickness thing.
gay Catholic.
Yeah, my dad brought Catholicism to Tennessee. We were
Wow.
The northern.
Yeah, yeah,
Catholicism.
yuck.
He's like St. Patrick, but for Tennessee.
They were just like, "Are you guys Jewish?" And we're like, "I don't think so. I think we're different."
Are you guys Baptist? No. Or are you Jewish? No.
We're one of the steps between those two.
We're the
somewhere.
sequel to Jewish.
I was the closest thing, I mean, to a Jewish person I think most of those people ever met, because I didn't meet a Jewish person until I was 20.
20.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky you, man.
And the first Jewish person I met was literally from Israel.
oh, so that's good because then you
Yeah.
get like the pure, like this is actually.
Yeah, yeah,
Diluted.
from the safe part of
I had a guy this weekend. I don't know if it was just the way I was talking candidly about, because I love all religions except for one. No, I love all, everything, all that. But I'll just talk. I'll just yap. And at a certain point, we were just in a group of people, and a girl was like, "Well, you're Jewish." And I was like, "No, I'm not." And the guy I had been talking to the whole day was like, "You're not?" And I was like, "Oh, it's probably because I said some stuff of like, oh yeah, well, Jews be like this." It's like, oh, this guy's fat, curly haired. His name's Samuel. He's probably
Yeah.
Jewish.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm Catholic.
Kind of.
I'm kinda
Southern Jewish.
I'm
the
Abrahamic.
I can only remember there being there was more Muslims in my high school than
Whoa.
Catholics.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was like 2 or 3 families of Muslims. I remember, and the only besides my like siblings, the only other person I knew who went to Catholic church was one of the kids with Down syndrome,
Right. Yeah.
and he kind of looked like me, and it made me really sad.
What do you mean, a Catholic?
Yeah. All the Catholics look
Those
the same.
guys love church, I found.
Yeah.
Those guys?
Yeah.
Those people. What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, those people.
They love church. They love powerful men, whether it's the president or like
The Pope.
Shrek.
Yeah. Garfield.
Yeah, really strong male characters.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me at Kennywood. It involved Garfield, but we don't have to get into it. Garfield took me on the secret ride where
Oh.
he takes his clothes off.
They have buses driving
Yeah.
around LA right now, and they're furry and orange, and it's like an
Yeah,
ad
what-
for Garfield.
The world is trying to gaslight me into thinking that a Garfield movie is coming out soon.
Yeah,
is
Chris
it
Pratt.
happening?
Chris Pratt and
Yeah, I made a Garfield movie when I was a kid.
wait, really?
Yeah. I was just joking because he got molested by Garfield. Yeah, so he
Made a
made a
little
Garfield
film.
movie.
You never know. That is the thing about LA, though, is you never know. Like, oh, you could have been a child actor. You could have been in Garfield.
No, I'm too creepy looking.
No,
I'm
but
too
that's-
creepy looking to make any success.
But you could be the
No,
guy
isn't
that's
you
like
could
making
be-
the lasagna. You know?
Oh,
I could be the
what's the dog's
lasagna.
name?
Yeah, you could be the living lasagna.
What's the dog's name? He's kind of like supposed to be a creep, right?
Opie?
Opie?
Opie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dogs are perverts
always-
in that world, I think.
Because he doesn't.
Yeah, there's the one where
I got a bone up on
where
the
he's
Garfield.
jacking off.
Does he?
I remember the one where he's jacking off.
Yeah, he's like watching his dog girlfriend get fucked by his owner, and he's jacking off.
And there's
'cause
a
he's a cuck.
3-page newspaper comic, Garfield, from the 70s, where they just were
It
like,
was really edgy back then.
no one's buying papers anymore. We got to put porn in the Garfield.
Hustler's selling really well.
Another Monday. Opie's over there jacking off his dog cock with his hind legs. Is that how Garfield talks?
Oh man, I hate Mondays. It's the day Opie jacks off with a fist up his ass.
I love lasagna. I also love eye contact penetration with other animals.
One time I saw a guy fisting himself in Skid Row.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's everyone's seen that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I was
In
just trying
public,
to...
the full God, that's
Was it like a show? Was he trying to like raise?
Well, he had crawled out of his
money or
wheelchair.
awareness or anything?
yeah. You walk out of your car and you're like, there you go.
Yeah,
Dollar in
yeah.
his hat.
He was like, it's showtime, and started fisting his ass.
He's got to
Like-
fish his ass, and you're like Garfield.
Yeah, like Opie.
Are you sure it wasn't an
Opie.
ad for Garfield? The movie?
It might have been the Garfield movie, yeah.
So you saw a man fisting his ass.
He had crawled out of his wheelchair, and he was kneeling in front of it, and he had his underwear. He was like pulled his pants down, his fist down his underwear, and was like,
He was in there.
yeah, he was in there. Which apparently meth makes you want to put stuff up your ass. So
Maybe that's why his legs stopped working.
oh,
Too
Sodomy,
much
self sodomy. As a Catholic,
Worth
Yeah.
it. Worth it, I'd say.
maybe that's why he's
Yeah.
blind too.
yeah. The first week I moved to New York, I saw a man. He was just in the corner of the subway, like blanket all the way covering his head, but like
Yeah,
cartoonishly stroking, because like homeless guys always have huge dicks. So like he was like cartoonishly jerking off, and everyone was just like, you know, people gave him one seat. They gave him one seat to be like doing his thing, and then at a certain point, he took the blanket off, like kind of folded it, put it next to him, got up, reached underneath the seat to pick up a juice box, went to the front, wiped his ass, this like backwards to front,
yeah.
shit all over the juice box, puts
Single
it back
ply
underneath.
juice box.
Yeah, it was the cheap thing. We're not talking name brand juicy juice. This was like Kirkland single ply.
Yeah.
And he
This was
literally
Sips.
he took the blanket back, put it up just up to his neck now, because like he's seen my face, and then he just goes right back. And I was like, New York.
Yeah, hell
that
yeah.
Was the guy in the wheelchair? Did he seem like he was like in his own world?
Oh,
fisting
yeah, he did.
himself?
He was in
wasn't
Fist
like,
World.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I saw.
He was in
a
Fist City.
hot- like something on the street reminds him. Like
He
I
saw a
got
piece of
fist.
dirt
He's
that
not-
reminded him of a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he wasn't.
Yeah, he looked up at a cloud.
so
Yeah,
he
sure.
definitely wasn't
Yeah.
doing it for other people or because
No,
of
no,
other
no, no,
people. It was just like
It was just he had to get it out.
time to
Worst
fist
ride at Kennywood.
myself.
Yeah, the fist ride.
the fister.
The fister.
Garfield's fist.
Well, they
Now
called
Kennywood.
it. They called it
the
Noah's
Iron
Ark.
Fist.
They called it Noah's Ark because it was Noah's Ark. They called it the Phantom because of the noise it would make on the ride down. It would go like woo. And then they call it the Fister because there was a homeless man
Yeah.
with a fist, his own fist in his ass. It's all kind of, you know.
I remember the first week I got to LA, I saw like a sequence of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like the worst thing I saw is I saw a woman who was I had parked
Saw
in
a
front
woman
of her.
with no ass. And you're like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I saw a woman.
Jennifer Lopez lied. I promise.
They have that shit
girls.
here. I thought this was Boys Town.
But she had just shot up, and her baby was in the back seat, and the baby was just crying. So she was passed out.
Oh, she didn't. The baby wanted some.
Yeah,
you
the
gotta
baby-
shoot up your baby first before you do.
No,
gotta
no,
bang
no.
the baby.
That's what I thought. But it's like with flights, putting on your oxygen mask, you're actually supposed to shoot up
before
first.
you
Oh,
help
yeah.
others get high. Even
Well, actually,
children.
the baby had blown out veins.
they couldn't find.
I saw a guy shooting up in between his toes in
sucks.
my neighborhood the
You have
other
to do
day.
the soft spot of the baby. between the toes is brutal.
Yeah.
I just thought of something real quick, and I have to say it. It's called Skid Row because everyone's fisting themselves.
That's pretty good.
It took. You know,
Yep.
I had to say it
Yep.
because it popped in there.
All right, we're in there. We're in there. This is a good one now. This is a good one now.
You see less of that sort of crazy shit in Santa Monica than in the actual city?
Almost none. Santa Monica is a true suburb.
Brutal.
It is. you get like some crazy people.
That guy used to yell about his CDs on your corner.
Yeah, I did have a guy.
Because the thing is, his girl wouldn't call his sister, and the bag was full of CDs.
His girlfriend wouldn't let him lease the car.
Oh, right.
But his sister doesn't know that. And he kept repeating, like, my girlfriend won't let me lease the car, but her sister don't know that. But they got to listen to my CDs.
Yeah.
And he kept repeating that. And he was on my corner for like 10 minutes. He's like, she won't let me lease the car, but her sister don't know that. And I was just like watching him. I started filming him just because I was fucking bored and I don't have a life. And I wanted to abuse this guy. So I opened my window. I was like, her sister does know about the lease and the car. And he's just like, he picked up his bag and just started walking. I was like, I just ruined that man's life.
Shit.
I was like, actually, they do know about the CDs and they do know about the leased car.
Oh, this changes my whole outlook on life.
Shattered his whole
My entire mental
thing.
model.
It's so crazy.
Destroyed.
I guess it sucks out here if there's no homeless guy. Like a homeless guy literally exploded in my neighborhood.
Exploded.
His meth lab went off and he exploded.
How do you have a meth lab if he was homeless? In like a
It was in there used to be like a big homeless encampment down the street from me. There's like probably 60 guys living in there. It was like you would
Guys
open a
rule.
door.
Any women?
There's some chicks.
Damn.
They come in and out.
There's some hot chicks.
Even when you
Some
you go
sexy
to
women.
the
Some
you go to the
fucking
extreme
sexy
length to
leg
become
walking in and out.
homeless to escape women, and you can't even get away.
Yeah, your
You know?
nagging wife. You're like, I'm getting out of the house. I'll live on the street. And then she comes to your meth lab, probably fucking doing her nails or some shit.
You got to move to
Explodes.
Central LA to see some rugged shit, dude.
Are you in Central LA?
I guess technically where I am, I guess Hollywood would be considered Central LA.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Like-
you're in
I'm in Hollywood too.
Oh,
I'm by
okay.
like La Brea though. It's just before.
I'm in East Hollywood.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's sketchy. It's not as sketchy as like the sketchiest parts of actual Hollywood.
That's the area of like, it is the sacrifice because we were just talking before. It's like, I'm not doing nearly enough stand up to like have that be what I am like pursuing.
Yeah.
But I don't want to live in the meth lab. So
Yeah.
like, I'm going to live in Santa Monica. And
My rent is $700.
Nice.
Yeah.
well, that's good.
Plus
Yeah.
the profits from the meth.
Yeah, well, you sell some meth sometimes, and you know.
So wait, how? I guess some meth labs explode. That's pretty common.
Yeah.
I remember where I grew up. So the hospital Vanderbilt treats the most meth lab explosions of any hospital in the world
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
because they
down
fly
there.
in people from Kentucky. Also, they will fly in
they're-
people from other parts of the South.
Well, if there's one thing I know about meth, it's that there are like superstars that are better at making meth than others.
Absolutely, trailer park guys. That's Little League.
Yeah.
That's so funny that there's like meth lab explosion specialists. like when someone has cancer, it's like you got to go to this doctor. They're
Yeah.
like the top. Like, oh, you were in a meth explosion? You got to go to
they
Vanderbilt.
flew out people from Kentucky to investigate the meth lab explosion
No, they flew them out
to make the meth.
No, they flew out people from Kentucky to treat their burns.
Oh, because it's specific to.
Yeah.
They're good at
Oh,
chemical
that's crazy.
burns.
Like when like an alien comes and they're like, we got to get the top alien guy who we all thought was crazy. I didn't know there's specific. There's like specific.
Oh, I guess it's just burn stuff. Like they're just treating burns and chemical
but
burns.
they're so good at it because it happens so often. Over
Oh
there.
yeah.
They get a lot of practice.
Kentucky doesn't seem like a place that would have a lot of meth labs. Am I living under a rock?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You're right, dude. what part of the South would have any meth? You know what's crazy about Middle Tennessee? Huge place for heroin.
Yeah.
Like, actually, it's like
So is Southeast PA. Big. Heroin.
Oh.
Big heroin.
yeah,
We
but
love our heroin.
thing with Nashville, it's the biggest area for heroin outside of the Midwest. So everywhere else is the Midwest. It's like Omaha and fucking.
Interesting. Is that on their town sign?
It says when you go into Nashville, it's like, yep, get your meth. There is a Sharps
Home of Willie
disposal.
Nelson and
There's
heroin guy.
a Sharps disposal in the airport. I remember thinking that's so funny. You go into the bathroom and it's like Sharps disposal.
That is funny.
How do you
I
get your
mean,
stuff into the airport?
It's before you get through the TSA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like when you have a water bottle on the ride, it's like you can drink it in line and then throw it out before you get through.
It's like-
you
it's
can
like-
just
yeah.
eat, and then you get your baby on the soft spot of their
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
By the way, that's the sound heroin makes when it goes into your veins. It's
Yeah, it makes farting sounds. It's like a queef.
Yeah, smoking crack.
Quack.
I don't know anyone truly that has been, like, I guess once removed, affected from the opioid. And is heroin an opioid? Is that what
Yes.
you would say? Yeah.
Sheltered ass.
That's been really. Well, I'm busy over here drinking beers and fisting myself. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't do
yeah.
that hard shit. But no, I don't really know anyone. Like I have
Motherfucker can
friends
get
whose
on
brothers-
Facebook.
Yeah.
You can get on Facebook and not see people die all the time.
Yeah.
Do the,
Lucky sheltered ass motherfucker.
That's people just go quietly. I feel like where we're from, where it's like, oh, they overdosed and they're gone. It's like,
Yeah.
well, everyone knew that was going to happen. But I feel like in most places in the country, it's like, oh shit, that person was like a cool, just like drinking guy, and then now it's like, I'll try heroin. They just OD.
I knew a girl who she overdosed on fentanyl through coke, and I remember it was so funny that people were trying to say it was a stroke, and it's like she's 25 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, see, that's what happens. Is like there's some other story for what happened. Like he
Right.
fell asleep with his electric fan on. Shout out to my Korean friends.
Yeah.
Do the meth parts of the state and the heroin parts of the state have like a rivalry with each other?
it's like Bloods are.
We like
Yeah.
meth.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I feel like
Like, what the fuck, homie?
yeah. That's their gang sign.
Yeah. It's or
I don't know. I feel like they intermingle probably.
I feel like they get along.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I like football. I like basketball. It's like you can still sit down.
At the end of the day, we all love sports. We all
Yeah.
love drugs.
Yes.
As long as
I would say meth is way
all-
more is like. I feel like there's more casual meth users than there are casual heroin users.
Casual.
Meth to me, it's like you'll fuck up your teeth.
Yeah.
You might get anxiety.
Yeah. You might make you nervous at
would,
parties.
I would guess that it's easier and possibly even beneficial to work on a little bit of meth. Whereas
Yeah.
like heroin, I don't know how you like get out of bed.
Weren't the Nazis doing meth? Was
Yeah,
that their
yeah.
big thing?
Yeah, and they almost
Ringing
won.
endorsement.
Almost.
If they can cure meth, if they can find like like snus, like any Zyn, it's like, oh yeah, well it's just nicotine, and nicotine's good for you, and like moderation,
We know
or whatever.
this.
yeah.
And fucking give us an ad. But like it's better than smoking tobacco, or like better than everyone I know fucking vapes all the time. Like just get the nicotine straight from the source.
I'm never gonna vape, dude. I can never get past the why. I just in my brain, I'm just always like it's feminine.
It's gay. I
Yeah.
was waiting for you to
Yeah.
say gay because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had
I was
to
just
blurt it
trying
out.
not to.
Even
I
besides,
was trying not. I didn't know what sort of podcast this
even
was.
besides the sucking electricity through a plastic tube filled with Chinese vitamin E oil or
Yeah.
whatever, even if you can get over that part, it's not as cool. Like smoking a cigarette is cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I hope to God they don't ban this shit because they also have fucking. They banned fucking. You're not allowed to get menthols out here. So it's like, what
Yeah,
are the
yeah. Me and
straight?
my friend-
What are the straight guys supposed to smoke?
Yeah, exactly.
Joe
Yeah.
Biden, when he announced that with the FDA that they were going to ban menthols, I was like, well, let's go buy as many Camel Crushes as we can fit into our house.
I think Camel Crushes might
It's
be
not-
fine,
I don't even think that's menthol too. Actually, is the
It is
Crush
menthol. The bead is menthol.
but I think that maybe it doesn't count for some reason. I don't know why because I still
'Cause it's
see them.
contained and you don't have to break it.
Yeah, maybe.
Just like how
heard back
keyboard
and forth.
cleaner's legal, but it's like, well, you can.
Somebody gave me a cigarette the other day. It was the non-menthol Newports, but they had put menthol in there. They bought.
They have the
menthol.
beads?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that before. It's like a Pez dispenser that you stick your cigarette in, and then like it shoots the bead into it.
It was menthol. It's delicious.
Yeah,
It's
That
like
shit
it up.
tastes good.
That's the new rolling your own like growing your own tobacco, rolling your own cigarettes is now like, yeah, I've got a fucking machine that puts little plastic beads into my cigarette to smoke.
you think it's a good idea now, but wait until your menthol lab explodes. And you have to be flown to Vanderbilt.
Damn.
It really does put it into perspective, having it be like, you shouldn't vape. It's bad for you. We should ban vape. And then like at the end of your block, the meth lab from the guy, he wasn't watching the levels and because he was fisting his asshole, and so it exploded. like there's two
Unfortunately, there's not
sides
much we
of
can do
fucking
about
reality that in America.
Yeah, I
Just
saw his
like-
eyebrows fly off.
Yeah, like, yeah, my son, he's on TikTok too much. It's like, oh yeah, my son, he was on Skid Row and he blew up. And when I went to go see him, it was only a wheelchair and his 2 shoes left over.
Smoldering pair of shoes in front of a wheelchair.
Like, you know, you gotta fucking realize different worlds, different situations.
I was driving
Everyone's
here
got their
thinking,
own
I bring up
problems.
homelessness on every podcast. I need
It's
to
kind
not
of hard
bring it up.
not to.
It's so
It's
hard.
just a
Because
round.
it's like you do. It's like how people are like, oh, the weather. Oh, the weather today.
It really
Yeah.
is the new weather talk.
It totally
like
is.
talking
You
about
can
homeless
talk to
people.
anyone
How
about the
these
homeless.
bums?
Yeah.
I remember I started a conversation recently by just being like, yeah, I saw a guy die the other day, and
Yeah.
everybody had a different I saw a guy die story.
Yeah. No, we are at the point
What the
now where
hell's
it is
going on?
like, I remember, you know, you would like read books in school and like learn about like, oh, back in the day, they'd be in a dust bowl and, you know, they'd see a guy get killed or whatever. And
By
it's
the
like,
dust.
By the dust. And,
Yeah.
or like, you know, these young boys would go off to war and it's like, oh, I pay for an apartment where on the corner I see, you know, a guy like fucking eat enough pills to turn him into like an unrecognizable animal and then run into traffic and explode. Like, I don't know. It's rough living in an expensive coastal elite city.
yeah, yeah.
It's where all the real problems are.
It
You
rules.
said you knew a comedian who
Oh.
killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
yeah. Guy
To get off of homeless people and death and get
yeah.
onto people
Yeah,
who
so-
have killed, who are housed.
So 2 days ago, a guy shot his brother to death in front of his mom's
Oh,
house.
this is breaking news. This is fresh.
This is like 2 days ago. I found out
Holy
yesterday.
shit. On Facebook?
I found out because my friend texted me,
Are we
did
even
you
allowed to
hear
talk
what
about it?
happened to, you know? And I was like, no. And he was like, he murdered his brother.
Is it still like an open investigation, or
He got arrested. I don't know.
Was he like standing there doing it in front of everyone, like everyone knows?
Was he like doing it for like content? Because
Yeah, it might have been
Yeah.
like a
Was it-
TikTok thing.
Was it a prank?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I probably shouldn't go too far into details, but it is crazy.
Yeah, that's
because this was not a
nuts.
guy you would think this would happen. That would do this. This is like a guy that's a quirky guy.
Is he funny or is he?
He's
goofy?
very funny. He's very funny.
So you
very
could swing
funny.
that into like a career as like a Batman villain.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Are you gonna visit him in prison?
No, probably not. I don't know. I've like, I can count on my hand maybe how many times I've talked to him.
Okay.
I remember one time we were at a show together, and I mentioned that video, the guy sticking his whole head up the woman's pussy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that video." Then he pulled it up and showed everybody.
Have you heard the good word?
I've never seen this.
No,
Video.
I've
You've never seen it?
I don't know
It's a
that
bald
video.
guy, and he's shoving his head up an Asian woman's pussy.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that makes
the
sense
bald
that he's
makes
bald.
sense, but
Yeah,
I feel like the
bald is
Asian
probably
pussy
better.
doesn't make sense.
I guess it doesn't. Maybe it's not an Asian woman, but for some reason my brain is picking
It's
it.
I'd go with
Probably
like
not.
a
Maybe it
WNBA
isn't.
player.
Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Maybe I was just trying to give the details.
I guess
This-
maybe it could happen not by accident. You know, like a small woman that you accidentally throw around and then she lands on your head or something.
Yeah. That's not what happened.
No, it was
That's not at all what happened.
It was a consensual.
No. He oiled up
I'm
his head
putting
and
my-
stuck it up in there.
Said, "Hello, we're both getting paid. I'm gonna put my head inside of your vagina," and she was like, "Yes."
Hello, we're both SAG. Let's do this.
Yeah.
The Porn Actors Guild.
The PAG, dude.
Is there? They've got something, don't they? Because they've got their awards show that Ryan went
Porn
to.
Entertainment Guild.
AVN?
is
But
pay.
do they
AVN
have?
awards?
I was a cunt hair, not to be crass, but I was a cunt hair away from being on the AVN Awards.
From the porn
Why?
awards?
Because my old roommate used to make wholesome porn,
Yeah.
where he would like
Stick his
make-
whole head into a woman's
yeah,
pussy.
yeah, he would make like good Christian porn. Where
Yeah,
it would-
yeah.
yeah.
He'd film,
Where you put a
he'd
gun up
film
against
the-
a woman's head while fucking her, but
You
there's no
say,
bullets
I'm
in
gonna,
it. The
I'm gonna
safety's
come.
on.
Yeah. It's not loaded.
Yeah.
It's ethical porn. He'd pay to videotape that homeless guy with his fisting.
Yeah.
Bum
But
fucks.
It would just be like
Bum fucks.
that fucking bum fights guy being on Dr. Phil is like the funniest thing of all time. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't.
He literally shows up on Dr. Phil and they're showing like a highlight reel before they even cut to the interview. It's just a highlight reel of the guy being like, yeah, these homeless people, they're standing around not doing anything. We're just going to pay them to eat a fucking bottle. Or like they're just doing
This guy needs to be the mayor of Los Angeles because he knows what to do
Yeah, what do we
about
do with
this
the homeless?
problem.
The Dr. Phil crowd is like, oh my God, this is horrible. This is terrible. And then it cuts to Dr. Phil and he's like, the segment ends and it cuts to Dr. Phil and he's like, you know what? I'm not doing this. You're not welcome on my show. And then it cuts to the bum fights guy and he's dressed like Dr. Phil. His head is buzzed. He's wearing the Dr. And he's like, what? Why? Why? Dr. Phil's like, I'm not doing this. You're being disrespectful. This makes me sick. What are you talking about? What do you mean? And he's just on Dr. Phil dressed like Dr. Phil being like, why are you mad at me? I'm just trying to make $1.
I heard that. I thought that guy tried to sneak in like fetus parts into America from like Thailand, and I think he got caught.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
What was he working on there?
How many fetus parts can I feed a homeless person?
See, that's where he made this mistake. When you have your fetus parts in line for TSA,
You gotta check it in.
You gotta eat. You gotta eat
Oh,
them before you get to
you
the front
put them
of
up
the
your
line.
ass. You smuggle it.
You put them. There's got the needle disposal and the fetus disposal before you go through security.
I thought that was just the toilet.
Yeah, I guess I respect when a creative guy can shift around. Like bum fights can't be forever. Obviously, you gotta
Sure.
work on
You
this
gotta
thing.
make the fetus fight each other.
Importing fetus.
He got
parts.
bullied. I didn't like the way they treated him.
They
in bum
cyberbullied him.
fights.
He was the original cyberbully.
Yeah,
victim.
there was a witch hunt on bum fights, and I didn't
Yeah.
like that one bit. Because like expanding market, we're only getting more unhoused fights. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why he was calling them bums.
Oh yeah, it's pretty disrespectful.
Unhoused
Yeah,
fighters.
Yeah. And instead of fights, you
Sanctioned.
gotta say something else.
Disagreements.
Yeah, unhoused disagreement.
Unhoused therapeutic discoveries with your fist.
They should do like you know how
No,
they have
you
those
can't
things
say
of, like,
fist around those guys. They might be distracted.
Too exciting.
excited.
Yeah. Oh,
exciting.
fist. Sure.
They should have.
You're
a
gonna
vote,
punch my
actually.
asshole.
I'm thinking of a whole there could be a whole fighting ring of just homeless people with like obstacles and shit, like fists, wheelchairs, meth labs that are exploding.
I was thinking that
Yeah.
we should
Like
set
a-
up. We should go
What's
down
that shit
to
called?
the
American
Shantytown.
Gladiators.
I was
Where-
thinking like Super Smash Mouth or something, but it's all
Or Super Smash
Brothers.
Just have them fight on
Home,
levels.
yeah, and it's like just all homeless people. Well,
Yeah.
you know, like all the famous homeless, we could license them.
Oh
this could
yeah,
be a real idea.
like that guy with the golden voice.
I remember that guy, Ted Williams. His name
Yeah.
is Ted Williams. It's insane. It's
The
insane.
second most famous Ted Williams ever.
Great
maybe.
voice. I think he's still doing okay.
I think he is.
I think he has a house, so that's like a start, you know?
He must have been that first day of having a house. He must have been very confused.
Yeah. Open up the door, open the keys, step in. What the fuck?
Wait a minute. Where's the trash? Where's the other guys?
Hold on. Why is my mattress not soaked in piss?
Where's total exposure
hey,
to the
hey.
elements?
Hey, nothing here's on fire.
There's no one here to fight, and no one's paying me and filming me to do it.
Yeah. Oh well.
But yeah, that's what we do. We go down to Skid Row. We set up a folding table, put a sign out front, set a homeless person behind it, and have a sign right there that says, "I can kick your ass, prove me wrong."
Yeah.
And then we have it be like but it's not physical, it's like mental. And then it's like
Okay.
it's like
Debate Club.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like abortion should be illegal. Prove me wrong. Except it's
Yeah.
a homeless guy.
Homeless Model
And the guy just
UN.
comes up and
Yeah,
Get that
I'm like trash is bad. Prove me wrong. They're coming up furious. It's the longest line.
Sir, you've exceeded the time limit, sir.
the
What if
copper.
you set up a kissing booth in Skid Row?
There are ladies there.
yeah.
Oh, there are ladies
$1.
that have going through worse things than we could possibly imagine.
Ladies.
This homeless man called Golden Lips. Yeah, I've always had some good juicy lips, and it wasn't until those 3 white boys set up a kissing booth in Skid Row, and now he joined PEG, the Porn Entertainment Guild.
I was trying to figure out a way to call it PEG.
Yeah, Porn Entertainers Guild.
Yeah,
That
that sounds
works, right?
right. That sounds right. Yeah.
If you give
Yeah, that's pretty
yourself
good.
time as a comic, You can come
Yeah.
up with things.
Yeah.
But when you're kind of juiced up and yelling,
Yeah, we've been juiced up and yelling. Is that beer? Is that
because we're
that yellow
excited. No,
shit?
this is Celsius. It's an energy drink, 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh, okay. I've never had Celsius.
No, it's really bad. It makes my heart go fast.
I like that.
Yeah, well,
Anything that makes me
meth
feel different.
sucks. Why could you? You could never do meth. That's bad.
Let's go. Also, this gives you chemical burns.
I know. Look at that shit, man.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that like
I bet
Batman threw Joker into.
Yeah, I bet if if a fly landed in that shit, it'd melt.
Yeah.
What?
The Celsius factory
just
routinely blows up.
You finally killed the fly in here. That's
there was
big
a fly.
podcast news. The fly is dead for anyone that was.
There was
Oh,
a
there's a
fly.
fly?
There was
There's
a
a-
fly flying around, and it wasn't a fly because when I crushed it, it was purple.
Oh, wow.
I think it was an alien. We called in experts from Kentucky.
Ooh,
to
it was the
figure
thing
it
from
out.
Dune that's like
Ooh,
a
the murder
little-
bug?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little murder bug they
It
said.
had been just flying around in a circle, and then every time I would kill it, it would like turn on or try to kill it. It would turn on the jets, and just like. So I'd been trying to kill this fucking thing for 4 days, and finally got it.
I remember we had
Caught
a big.
and compromised to a permanent end.
I remember we had a big maggot problem for a while, and we at my house.
At the $700 a month.
No, not at my house, like my childhood
your
house.
Childhood house.
Yeah. I remember that was like one of the only times we opened the window is just to let the flies out because they would.
Oh yeah. So like they hatched and.
Yeah.
Something got in, and then you like were breeding flies.
Well, yeah, we were breeding flies because there was this old fucking cat box.
Uh-huh.
No one wanted to clean it up.
Yeah, that's what happens. Once something gets too bad, you don't want to touch it.
Yeah, no, the house was disgusting.
Yeah.
It's almost like Skid Row.
That's actually was like my
Interesting.
childhood house. Like that was the only when I first saw Skid Row. That was the only thing I could think of that was as disgusting to even
Home
make a
Sweet Home.
reference. Yeah,
Ah, boy.
But you can understand why like the city feels this way about their mess. It's like sometimes a mess is just too much of a mess.
yeah. We're not gonna throw out the maggots.
It's easier to
Yeah.
just step over it.
Open a window.
I mean, you're in LA. Get a cool fucking. That's the thing is that the sea breeze doesn't reach East Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
It stops.
You guys are probably in such a better mood than I am constantly.
It gets gray here.
Oh, okay.
The marine layer. It gets a little hazy sometimes.
You guys don't have to deal with the shit fumes. Oh, you guys have the seawater. Yeah, we got the shit fumes
Yeah.
from Skid Row.
That comes. It comes. Yeah, the shit fumes go east.
Have you
or west,
ever
I mean.
lived in a place where you like where the air smells terrible? Like I lived in York, Pennsylvania for a bit, and there's a paper mill, and every once in a while you'd walk outside and you were just breathing real like thick garbage smelling air.
I don't know.
Yeah, the paper mill was foul.
That was
Paper
actually
mill
the
was
kind of like the air is
And
made
you're
of
in
shit.
central PA and you're like around farms where there is actual shit everywhere.
Yeah,
and it
that-
smelled way
better.
worse. The paper
Yeah,
mill
like
did.
paper mill is the worst I've ever experienced. Like even worse than occasional shit. It was
Yeah.
just everywhere. But are we going to get to the point where eventually it is shit particles everywhere?
It's
I was
actually
reading
air
about
is
some
shit.
part of Pennsylvania that was like at one point in the 80s the worst air quality in the entire world.
It's probably
3
somewhere around
Mile Island?
Pittsburgh, right?
I think it was
Oh yeah, it's probably 3 Mile Island of nuclear waste.
No, nothing.
I think it was
happened there.
Monessen.
We're good.
I think it was Monessen.
Monessen.
Am I wrong?
Rings
I
a
might be
bell.
wrong because I tried to look it up the other night because that's like very close to where my dad grew up, and that's where my great grandfather. That's where he lived.
Maybe it was like they closed all the steel mills in Pittsburgh, but there was still like that black cloud that just hovered a little bit east.
I think there was like some fucked up shit happened. I don't know what it was, but some like Chernobyl type
it's
shit.
the one
It was
town-
one part of near Pittsburgh. There was like some town that like there was some factory accident, and then the air became really bad.
Oh, interesting. I mean, because yeah, literally 3 Mile Island is like PA Chernobyl.
Is it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
I
a
didn't- I
nuclear
thought-
power plant.
No, they
I thought
stopped
that was
it.
some-
Nothing bad happened.
I thought
was-
Three
No,
Mile
I choose to
Island
believe
was
that.
like
It was-
northern. Was more north than that.
No, it was PA.
It was like Harrisburg.
yeah, Harrisburg. Monessen,
I feel like,
PA.
but I couldn't
going
find
on?
it last
There
night.
are random places in PA where it's like,
Oh, are
and
you
then
doing
the
research?
coal
You're like,
mine?
I got to bring PA facts to these PA boys.
I didn't know you guys were from Pennsylvania
Just
until
looking
today.
at- Until you shut up and I was wearing a Phillies
And you had
shirt
you had a fucking Philly accent.
yeah,
You both have
there's
insane
a fucking
Philly.
Eagles neon sign.
There
over
are There are towns in PA where like the coal mine caught on fire or something, and they just like buried it, and it's just a forever fire.
Well, there's
Hell
places
yeah.
in PA where there's like proof that Joe Biden is 700 years old and he's a lizard, and they had to like nuke it.
That's also true.
I got a
There's
call
that-
from my podcast host just now. I hope he doesn't find out I'm cheating on our podcast with another podcast.
Like, no, I'm busy.
He's
babe.
like, where are you?
yeah, you have to go home and wash your clothing.
Yeah. Smells like someone else's house.
Why do you smell like energy drink and beer? I was at the store. I can't find it.
You can say the name of your podcast too. If you
Yeah,
want.
plug the pod.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. It's called Dag Nabbit Boys. I host it with Cooper Lyden, funny comedian.
It's pretty new, right?
We're at episode 10 at this point. If you know, it's basically the exact same as what I've been talking about now. It's just homelessness for like 40 minutes.
good shit.
If you like fisting, homelessness, methamphetamines, menthol cigarettes.
No, we've been
Yes.
doing it
Oh,
long
yeah.
enough.
Anything
where
trashy.
We figured, like, you asked, like, so what do you guys like talk about? We do a lot of like name talk. Like, we'll talk about names a whole lot.
You talk about names?
Yeah, like,
yeah,
it
like
just
the
comes
origin
up
of
for
names
some reason.
and
I think Shane is supposed to be Seamus or something. Or it's like
Maybe.
John. It's like it comes
no,
from
your
John
name
or
is
Sean.
Shane, not shame.
Shane. That's Shame?
I thought it was Seamus. Is
Shane-
it Shanus?
It's Shane, and then I think Seamus is like it goes
Oh,
back, and then Sean, I guess. Seamus is like
Just
related to
different.
Sean.
I feel like when people didn't talk to each other as much, where you were just kind of in your town and whatever was happening somewhere else.
Oh, my girlfriend just told me
Babe.
about this woman that she like worked for, and her name was like I don't remember the real name, so I don't want to fuck it up. But it was the equivalent of my name's Brendan, and I'm gonna have a son, and his name's gonna be Brandon. It's like that's fucking crazy. Her name was like Sierra, and her daughter name was like Sierra.
Sierra.
Like it was
Cialis?
Cialis. Yeah, my name's Sierra. This is my daughter Cialis. It
yeah,
was
that's
just
kind of crazy.
brutal.
Why would you do that
shit.
to like yourself and your family?
We're doing name thought though. Fuck.
See, now we're back to name
Yeah.
talk.
Speaking of names, it sucks for me. The biggest comedian right now has my same name,
Yeah.
and also had a sister addicted to heroin, and also worked in the body shop of a car dealership.
So you had a sister addicted to heroin?
Yeah.
The bits.
Well, there it is. I was like, I don't know anyone. I fucking don't know anyone that has that problem. It's like, well, it's sitting right here.
Yeah.
You have that. That's tough, man.
I had a lot of my family have been addicted to hard drugs.
Yeah.
There's probably a drug for every family member.
Yeah, there's we have like suicide. There's not a lot of drug though.
That's
Right.
kind of
Yeah,
weird.
extended
There's
family
suicide,
there
but there's
are.
no drugs.
Suicide.
No,
So they were
they
just
just
killing
keep
it.
it real
They were
hush
killing
hush.
themselves for the love of the game.
Yeah, they were just like, I'm bored.
They're like, I'm not gonna do any drugs because I'm also a pussy.
No, I think
like-
sober-minded being like, I'm gonna jump. That's
That's insane.
alpha.
A lot of kids I went to high school with loved heroin. Like it seemed
Yeah.
like for a while
Yeah.
a bunch of my grade was having a
I mean,
really
when you're a
good
kid,
time.
heroin's
man, I
the
can't
shit.
believe I've never fucking put my foot in my ass or whatever the expression is.
I've never
so
fisted my
hard in my
ass.
fucking life.
Wait, what?
Just having it be like, oh yeah, no, I don't know anyone really close to me, like family or sister or sibling that's addicted to heroin.
Oh, dude, I don't give a shit. It's fine. You come from a privileged background. I'm like over
Yeah,
here, the working
oh.
class. It's fine. You know?
Everyone,
like to get all
everyone I know
perspectives if we
only
can.
has does like good cocaine.
I haven't done cocaine in fucking forever.
Where you even do heroin? Your third car?
Yeah, I keep heroin in the Range Rover.
I can't do heroin. My servant might find me.
Yeah,
That would be
I don't want it to
aw-
affect my
I-
skin.
I think that might be my new goal in life is for my servant to find me.
Oh, be found
By my
to be
servant.
discovered by the servant.
Yeah. My butler finds me.
Yeah,
And then
'cause
he's
what
got to
do
go
they
through.
do?
He's got to steal all your shit. He's got to steal your gold watch
It's his
and
at
stuff.
that point.
How do you? Yeah, because you hate your
He
kids.
lived a life of service to me. It's for him.
Yeah.
That's where you. That's a test for rich people is that you, like, your cleaning lady shows up and you're pretending to be dead and you film what their reaction is. Like, because if they walk in and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or they like start to steal your shit or they like try to like rape you or something.
Finally.
Like, it was really just like get really good makeup done and like spray like fucking shit flavored Lysol and just be like,
That'd be crazy if they were just like, well, I heard the dick gets hard when you die. Might as well stick my pussy.
Senor is dead. I can have a sex with him now. Aha! I was faking.
I was faking, and then she's not attracted to you anymore because you're alive.
We could still do this. No,
I'm not.
it's not
that's how
same.
highly I think of myself. I'm like, man, when I die and they find me, they're gonna want to fuck me.
They're gonna want all my cool stuff. They're gonna want to fuck me.
The 37-year-old paramedic that finds me is gonna want to fucking suck me off.
They're gonna do ass to mouth, dude.
We have to resuscitate him with my big juicy ass, my Jennifer Lopez
And his cock.
EMT ass. I guarantee she's definitely played EMT before, or a cop.
Oh,
I think
probably.
I know she's played a cop,
like a
before.
big ass cop.
Yeah, a cop that doesn't take no shit from any man.
She sat on that neck for 8 minutes.
I was thinking it, but I didn't say it.
Everyone's gears were turning. We all were thinking it.
Ah, yeah.
It's just.
right.
It's
I was
hard
thinking
not
I
to-
didn't say it. I'm a good guy.
4 years.
I'm like
and
a
if
very-
you know, you know.
Yeah,
4
yeah.
year or 4 years.
If you
Rest
know,
in
you
peace.
know. You don't have to say. You don't have to say
in peace.
who you're talking about. Don't see.
Who, what, or where. A good man.
Yeah, great man.
Big penis.
Have you seen the video?
No, but you brought up the video over chat once.
Oh, yeah. Video's hilarious. Well, I actually haven't watched it, but the fact that the video exists is hilarious.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah. Well, because like all my favorite people have been in porn.
yeah, him,
Everyone on the Epstein Island that got blackmailed.
your brother when he was 6.
Me by Garfield and
Yeah.
Kennywood. Damn.
You think they were in porn? Do you think they were making porn? They had to have been making porn at Epstein's Island.
Hold on, I'm gonna close that window.
There
'cause
were cameras everywhere.
There was cameras everywhere, and
Yeah.
we just found out about it.
Could have been like ADT or something, you know. Can't like the island, the neighborhood of the island.
They were
might
just
have been getting worse.
motherfucking making evidence over at that island.
I think possibly something like that was going on.
Probably. He probably was like. He was probably trying to get a bunch of videos of people doing stuff like that, you know, as leverage.
I do,
And it didn't work out for him.
I think it would be make my life so much better if we found out that it was like, no, the CIA, Mossad was not involved with Epstein at all. It was just rich people trying to have a good time. That would be so much fucking better.
Well, the funny thing with Epstein, I don't think people know about is his.
His sense of humor.
Yeah.
He really he was like a funny guy. He was quiet.
His passion for Garfield.
He was really quiet, but then when
And
you were,
also
like,
how
boys
cute his
with him-
puppy was in that van. That's another thing people don't talk about. It's like he says, like, "Hey, you want to see my puppy?" And I'm, I'm a kid. I'm like,
He did
His
have
taste in candy.
He did have like a legitimate dating service for rich guys.
Yeah.
That wasn't just like you want to fuck a kid. It was like you want to marry an adult
Were there
woman.
was it actually kids?
I think so. Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm a senior in high school. It was like kids.
I think it was a full gamut.
Yeah.
It
I
was
think they
kinda
gave him the
anything
real
goes
ones.
situation.
How did you get? What's the white van equivalent to?
The white plane.
This is yeah. Get it? Come on into my jet,
Yeah, come
17-year-old
in my
influencer.
private jet. I can't find my puppy. Can you come here help me find my puppy in my private jet?
Come on in. I have champagne.
Yeah, candy flavored.
Yeah, I have Jolly Rancher flavored champagne. Yeah, or
Dude,
you can
how
be the bum
much-
fights guy and just
Yeah.
straight up. not
Santa's
even let
here.
it-
Isn't
and
it
Santa
crazy?
is actually on the plane.
Yeah.
He's blackmailing Santa too.
Isn't it crazy though that like if it was just an island to kill kids, you'd be like, all right, that's fucked up. But like,
Yeah. What is this? The NFL?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm sure all the kids made it out of there alive.
but like if it was just to kill the kids,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they got to have a little fun.
What was the real Epstein thing was that there were dentist chairs in a lot of the rooms. What were the dentist
Well,
chairs
you're
for?
down.
I
there.
feel
You
like
might as well get some
we're getting
work
into
done.
dark territory there
Yeah.
when you're like, yeah, there was torture equipment and what was that about?
Yeah. Hey, well, even when I go to the dentist not being kidnapped by a pedophile, I think that's torture.
Yeah.
Is there a laugh button here?
Oh, do you guys have that?
No, there isn't.
We did.
I
We
forget
have
which one's
something.
which though. This one is.
Don't
I think-
accidentally. There's actually. There's one that says child pornography. On there.
Yeah.
Don't play the
Oh,
child
fuck,
pornography button.
We did the CP button.
None of them are laughing.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Are we actually at 54 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
This is kind of sometimes what happens because we don't always have guests on, but it's like I saw because I don't know, we just met.
Yeah, I thought
An hour
I was
ago.
asking my roommate, have we met this guy before? And he's like, I don't know.
This fucking guy before.
I thought we had met.
Who are you roommates with?
Mikey McDonald.
Oh yeah, so I think I follow him on Instagram. Too.
Yeah.
A thing I had been doing the past like year or so, just like because I got banned from Twitter
Oh yeah.
like 2 years ago.
What'd you get banned for?
I said that I was going to genocide a group of people, but it was people at a. It was
At a music festival in
It was
Israel.
it was in Israel. I was like from the river to the sea. It was at a Broadway show where it was a Q&A after, and there was just like some old hag actress getting asked a question by a woman, and this was May 2022. Mm-hmm. And the woman from the crowd is asking the question, and the actress is like, "Put your fucking mask over your nose," and then everyone in the crowd is like, "Woo!" And I was like, "What the fuck? Like, this is insane behavior to like
Yeah.
talk to people like that, and then have everyone be like, woo!" So I quote tweeted that tweet because someone tweeted it and was like, "Yes, like she always slays. No one come after Miss whatever." And I quote tweeted that and said like, people that go like woo in an audience, do everything you can to keep me out of office because I will genocide you. And then, so I think Twitter was like, "Oh, you're quote tweeting, a man that follows Broadway. He's probably gay."
Yeah.
And then
I
I'm
never
saying,
thought
"I
about
will
that.
genocide you."
Yeah.
And so that was enough for them to be like, "You're done." And then Elon took over. And he was like, "Oh, I'll give amnesty to fucking Hitler Jr. and everyone in the world," but I didn't get it.
Yeah. Guys whose name is the N-word.
Yeah.
He's retweeting guys whose name is the
Welcome
N-word.
back.
This is N Jim. He's allowed in. He's white.
Well, here's the problem, though, is you weren't saying active white supremacist stuff. So,
Yeah.
in order to get back onto Twitter, you
right.
have to be
That was-
racist.
That was
Could
my
have been.
problem.
You were too woke.
Yeah, I was being way too woke. I was consuming content posted by a marginalized group.
Yeah.
So that was my fault. I should have
Yeah.
Right.
I should have just randomly tweeted, "I'm going to kill a group
should've-
of people."
But yeah.
from
Yeah,
a
and then you would have
position of
been
power.
perfect.
Yeah, I'd be a senator.
I got a long suspension, but I was back pretty quick for telling Piers Morgan to go back to his own country, which I thought you should be allowed to do.
Fair. I feel like that's fair.
First
got-
Amendment.
I got banned from Instagram, my first account, because they were cracking down on porn bots, and what I was posting on my stories was so graphic that they just...
Well, that's not fair. You were just a historian of Skid Row, just
Yeah.
filming men fist them.
Well, I wasn't even posting videos. That's how graphic what I was writing was.
Oh, written porn was banned.
Yeah, I got banned with porn.
It was too far.
That's crazy.
Well, I was just all my Instagram stories would be like a picture of a flower, and I'd be like, I want to shove this up my pee hole.
Like, no. You
You
cannot.
can't say that.
You cannot. Keep that shit on OnlyFans.
And it would be stuff like that. It would be stuff like, man, I love coming home from a hard day of work and sucking my wife's boyfriend's cum out of her pussy. And they were like, this guy is clearly a porn account.
I'm sure enough
Clean it up.
like people in your hometown were just like, "I'm reporting this. I'm going to keep reporting it until it gets kicked off."
That probably is what happened, honestly.
I think that's what happens to me sometimes. I think people.
Yeah, I get reported because enough people are like, "Oh, Facebook and Instagram is real life, and if you're doing something on there, it's affecting me, and I need to say something." And people don't like when you do bits like under your real name.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, there needs to be an ew button.
Yeah, like gross.
Yeah,
Not
but
even a
it
thumbs
doesn't
down,
get you
just
in-
like
it
don't
does-
want to see.
Yeah, it doesn't get you in trouble, but it just stops showing them the ewness.
Ew.
Yeah, gross.
That's gross.
Yeah, maybe like a
The amount of times I've
rating
heard that in
system.
my life. That's gross. Over something that's like not.
Not that gross.
Do you think there
gross.
will be like a rating system for the internet someday?
Like
for
a social
movies.
credit score? For
Not,
online?
yeah, not like social credit, but like I only want to see stuff that's rated PG, and then you could go on. You'd never have to see the story.
That's kind of
about
what TikTok is at this
sticking
point.
a flower
Yeah.
up your urethra or
Yeah.
whatever, but it could be there for someone who doesn't care about.
Yeah, so
something
somebody that's into
rated.
X-rated
I feel like
content.
that already
Or
exists.
NC-17.
That already exists, though.
Does it?
Yeah, because there would be times where I'm like on Google, like literally not doing anything disgusting, not looking up pornographic images, and it'll be like an image will be blocked, and I'll be like, "Why am I'm looking at pictures of Vice President Kamala Harris? Why is like one blacked out?"
Well, probably because like it's probably the fake nude of her getting DP'd by
Yeah,
Joe Biden and Obama.
yeah, at the inauguration.
I'm just
You
trying
know,
to buy
all the former
pens on
presidents.
You know, a lot of people say
Island.com.
Michelle Obama's a man. Here's my conspiracy theory. I think Obama is a man.
I like switching it up. I like being like, he's not a Muslim. He was born in America. He's a Christian. Michelle Obama is a guy, though. Like, I'm not crazy. I got in trouble because
Clearly, one of these accusations is true.
when Biden and Harris won the election,
Joe Biden's a Muslim.
Yeah, Joe Biden's, a
Biden's
Muslim,
from
dude.
Kenya.
Well, my real thing was
Very interesting.
Trump is a Muslim, and he installed Sharia law because it's like, oh, women have to now cover their faces because during
Right.
COVID, I was like, women have to cover their fases. Like that happened under Trump. He
Yeah.
brought in Sharia law.
Damn.
There was another reason why. I don't remember.
It was the call to prayer every couple hours.
Yeah, I forgot Trump's called him. Yeah.
Damn.
Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. I'm obsessed with doing that now. I saw there was like a movie that they made with the guy that's in I don't know, Jeff Daniels and then the other guy, and it's about like Comey, and his impression of Trump is so bad. He's just like, he does like this the whole time, but he does the breathing.
He's just
thing
doing
really well.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done.
Oh, is this the movie they made like now about
yeah,
Trump?
they made it like 3 years ago. They're like, I'm Donald Trump, and you have to suck Putin's dick with me. Like that was just like the clip I saw of the movie, but I was like, this is such a weird, wrong interpretation of Trump where like every comic I know has a better Trump impression.
I
than
feel
this.
like if you wanted to make a real Trump movie, it would have to be really funny.
They need Trump in it. They should have Donald Trump play Donald Trump.
But if you're trying to make him look bad, it's like you have to make him funny but also not likable.
yeah,
You have to make him look like an oaf.
The thing with making a funny Trump thing for me is like, let's make a Sopranos parody. It's
Yeah.
like it's already funny. Like,
But I'm saying like if you were trying to make a biopic,
oh well, you have to have
you would have to have like a Scorsese like type of tone.
where
Right.
like at the beginning you're like, I like this guy. He's
Yeah.
the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking that. I was on the fucking toilet yesterday. I was like, I want to make like a Scorsese, like this is a bad guy. You shouldn't root for him, but like, of course, you and all your dickhead friends are in the theaters being like, "Oh, he's fucking Margot Robbie and doing coke.
Yeah,
this guy
yeah.
rocks," and then like he gets his at the end, and like
Yeah.
you learn a lesson. I want to make a movie where they don't learn a lesson, and it's just like he's fucking Margot Robbie and doing coke, and he's $1 million. Roll credits, Like,
I remember
That's the Trump movie, maybe.
and then he becomes president again.
I remember overhearing
Credits.
back when Wolf of Wall Street came out. I remember overhearing a conversation between two people I was in class with, and one of them was like, "Damn, did you see Wolf of Wall Street? I want to get into business." And the other guy was like, the other guy was like, "I don't. When I watched that movie, I was like, I don't want to be that."
Yeah. Well, that was my very thing.
How
when
many
that movie
people
came
chose that
back.
career because of that movie?
Oh, like working in finance.
Yeah, like I do
Yeah.
feel like it possibly.
Well, when it first came out, I was like, you'd get like conservative moms being like, this movie's a bad influence. Like, did you watch the movie? It's like,
Yeah.
don't do it. It's a cautionary tale. And then 10 years went by and all my friends are like, I'm going to move to New York and work on Wall Street. It's like, oh, it did have a little bit of a lasting
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
didn't it?
yeah. Conservative moms are kind of right, I guess.
Oh, they always end up being right. They're like,
Yeah.
Harry Potter is witchcraft. And then you're like, shut up. And then 20 years later, those women suck. Like the
Yeah.
women that are like obsessed with Harry Potter.
I thought you were going to be like transphobia is the real witchcraft.
Well,
Very true.
I don't know anything about Harry Potter, but you could probably do something.
I feel like I don't know that much either. That's not my thing.
I know a lot about trans people.
I know more about Wolf of Wall Street. I had the funniest Wolf of Wall Street viewing experience because my friend knew about these like $5 matinee movies. So it was like me, him, and then two, like an older couple that they're both in their 80s, and then the rest of the theater was empty. So we just like all sat down, and then as soon as he's doing coke out of the woman's ass, which is like first 2 minutes of the movie, that old couple got up and walked out.
But like honestly, hats off to them for not reading any reviews, not watching
Yeah, they
any
didn't-
trailers.
They thought it was about a wolf. They thought it was about a literal wolf.
Yeah, they thought it was about animals.
There's gonna be a dog in New York.
I thought it was like, yeah, like homeward bound
know
pig
what?
in the big city.
No, they probably knew that it was like borderline professionally made porn.
No, you know
but
what
they were like, it
happened?
smells like paper shit
This
outside.
is
We
what
have
I-
to go in there.
This is what I think
clean
happened.
air in
They
the
saw
theater.
that scene and they got too horny, and they were
Oh, and
like,
they're like,
"We
They had to-
gotta
they had
get
to go
outta
fuck
here.
in the bathroom.
We gotta do this
I gotta go
ourselves.
snort cocaine out of your asshole.
Let's crush up a whole
Margaret.
week's worth of pills, and I'm gonna snort them out of your ass."
He's like, I gotta go bang some H in the bathroom. Can you help me with my toe? I got a job interview tomorrow, so I can't shoot on my arm.
Yeah, an 80-year-old being like, I want to work in finance.
I ruined my life.
Wait a second, I don't want to be a retired contractor.
I was in the Marines. Why did I do that? I didn't help anyone.
Damn,
Could have been tossing midgets. And
I could have been banging Margot Robbie.
I'm just banging this old bitch.
Yeah, I'm so. Why do you speak to me like this?
That's how all guys my age speak to their wives.
Fuck you. I'm getting in my limo in York, PA.
Yeah, remember when I bought you from your dad when we were 20? I gave your dad $30 and he handed you over. You didn't even want to.
I paid your dad $30 in $2 bills and JFK silver dollars.
Oh, man.
Oh, but yeah, fucking. That's there. He's sawing
Oh,
out
all
there.
right.
Yeah.
He's sawing?
Yeah, there's a junkie out there fixing some.
Hell yeah.
No, this guy is interesting. I don't know why I'm whispering. They can't hear. He's sawing. But the fuse box in my driveway, the doors came off. So this guy, the fucking invisible landlord sends him out to do this job of making new doors. And my neighbor was talking to him for a while the other day, and I just say hi to him, like just kind of an interesting dude. It's like an old white guy. And my neighbor was like, "Hey, I was talking to the carpenter doing the door, and he was talking like." He kept talking like really graphic gay stuff that he's done. I was like, well, he said gay stuff. I was like, because he was being homophobic, or he was being
like
vaping,
vaping, or
no, he was like telling me stories about like ways he had sex with men. Like today, I drove past him. I was like, I'm not gonna say I treated him different, but he didn't strike me. He's just like an
now
older guy
know
with like
something about
fucking
him.
suspenders, like just like and now I can't not look at him and be like, because my neighbor's just like kind of like a quiet dude. He's like, yeah, you kept talking about like he said, quote, graphic gay stuff. Yeah, he was, I was just kind of having a conversation with him, and he really like kind of fucked up the wall even worse, and he was talking about like violent gay sex. Like, okay, all right, yeah,
That guy's cool.
yeah. I think maybe we should bring him.
yeah,
on.
let's get him on.
Yeah,
get
get
him
him on
in
the
here.
podcast.
What's the
most
gayest-
violent and gayest thing you've ever
Well,
done?
I was on Skid Row, and I crawled out of my wheelchair. And I stuck my hand in my ass. I wonder if that's gay, right? Any ass?
Putting things into your
Any
ass.
That's
I don't know. I
You
feel
don't
like it's
know?
ambiguous.
It's interesting.
Is that
when,
bi?
when you're doing it to yourself,
know.
is it gay? That would be the debate.
what if a
I
woman was
suppose.
doing it to you? Woman's
Yeah,
fisting your ass.
It's not.
I'd have to refer to the
straight.
Catholic Bible to know.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'll have to ask the opinions of those
The
moms.
Catholic Bible
moms
says you
against
can have
Harry
slaves.
Potter. Let's see. Well, yeah. So obviously, there's nothing gay about owning slaves. But is
Owning a
there
man?
something- owning a man.
I own a man. Yeah, he's.
No, but if a man owns you, that's gay.
That's crazy how
I was
gay.
talking-
Slavery is actually so gay if you
I'd
think
say
about
it's-
it, because
oh,
they were
yeah.
like, yeah, I own
That's
a
a
bunch of
good
huge
man.
black guys.
Yeah.
Oh, for what? Oh, they do a bunch of stuff for me.
Hey,
I was like having him around.
Jebediah.
Don't take them away, or I'll kill you.
Dude, Abraham
Abraham Lincoln
Lincoln
tried to
wants
take
to
him
take away my men, my shirtless men.
Jebediah is being violently gay.
Jebediah just told me a bunch of violent gay stuff.
And the whips are not for discipline.
Ooh, yeah. Come on, Mac. Juneteenth's around the corner.
Next month.
You doing anything for Juneteenth? This is two
Just
episodes in a row
usual.
I've asked about
Just the
this.
usual.
The usual stuff.
Just the usual
I
stuff.
like to
It's a
celebrate
regular.
a traditional Juneteenth, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it very traditional.
Anyway, because we don't need to riff on it. We literally I follow. You had like a fucking 10 out of 10 joke. I don't even remember what it was. Oh, it was your bit about slurs,
Oh.
which is just like it's simple. It's like just.
I don't do that one anymore.
Oh, dude, that's like I saw that. I was like, I'm following.
I
him,
stopped
I'm
doing
liking
it because Hans Kim had a joke that was basically the exact same but worse, and he did it after seeing me do it 5 times.
Right.
But probably I'm not gonna talk shit on that because it's like whatever.
No one's gonna hear it anyway. You can
Yeah.
talk shit if you want, but that does suck. I
Yeah.
had Daniel Tosh do that to me when I was in middle school.
Really? You said, yeah. You were like, I have this idea. What if somebody popped a pimple when I joked about it?
What if I have a TV show where I talk about videos online?
Yeah.
I invented describing YouTube.
Sam.0, yeah, and I make the show YouTube comments live. But the fucking joke, I mean, I don't want to tell it, but I was like, there's a guy that I want to fucking know. And that's how I meet comics out here, because it's like, I'm not going to drive 2 hours to go to an open mic.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder how far away where I'm going is going to be. Because I got to drive like literally to the east side after this to get to fucking Pasadena.
Well, what time is it now?
It's 4. Let's see.
Brother, that might be like an hour 40.
It's going to be crazy. Let's see.
That's Los Angeles, kids. 12 miles.
It
2
literally is an
hours.
hour 44 minutes.
Yeah.
That's going to be insane.
When do you have to be there by?
I think it starts at, I think I got to be there like 6, probably.
Okay, so we
Let's
don't have all
see.
the time in the world, I guess.
Well, how long are they a podcast usually?
An hour, and we're already at an hour 11.
Hour 11? All right. Let's do a recap. What are we talking about?
Okay.
We usually
right.
go up until we mention slavery, and then that's the end of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you punt.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the headliner. That's the headliner is
tough.
slavery.
Yeah. Well, they say that you sometimes want to start with your or with your closer. With your
Yeah.
best stuff. So that's kind of been our closer. So, but it's hard to start episodes with
Yeah.
We like to.
whipping bought people.
Yeah.
And you kind of go down from there.
Yeah.
Talk about the weather.
Damn.
There's that thing of.
Let's call this episode Matt and Shane Secret Podcast. Because it is Matt,
Mac
Shane,
and well,
Matt, Shane, and Sam.
Yeah,
Mac?
Mac,
the MS.
Sham,
Oh, it's Mac.
Mac.
Shane.
So
Yeah,
Mac and Shane Secret Podcast.
Yeah, and then parentheses also Sam.
Also Sam. Sam's here too.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be what it's called. It's Mac
and
and
hopefully we
Shane.
confuse people like those. Remember
Oh,
the
yeah,
Asylum films?
It does so much better. Yeah, they make transmorphers.
Yeah,
and,
have
like,
you ever seen those?
pirates
It's
of-
No,
like-
I've never seen them. I've thought about watching them. I like exploitation movies.
Yeah, it seemed like,
like
they were
robot
just made.
exploitation
They were
or-
made to like trick
Like-
people into buying the wrong DVD at the
It's like
grocery
those
store or something.
those Italian movies that are like called Zombie 2 because they had Zombie, the fucking Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you like that movie?
Dawn
What
of the
about
Dead.
this movie?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Those
almost
things
that?
fucking made it into Blockbuster though. That's what I
Yeah,
don't
sometimes.
understand.
Titanic 2. That was a good one.
Yep.
Titanic 2.
2000, I think.
Did
Was
you
it
guys
just
have,
Titanic
I just
2?
did you guys have a Hollywood video?
Not near
yeah.
us. Not in our hometown.
Dude, I remember going to the Hollywood video in maybe it was Madison, Tennessee.
And now
And
did
they
they
live in
even have a
Hollywood.
section in the Hollywood video that was like, don't go down there. There's bombs and they're gonna explode.
No, dude. Madison was crazy though. Madison, Tennessee. It's right outside of East Nashville. It's like a ghetto just right outside of East Nashville.
Nice.
A lot of people move there.
It's nice to have a satellite ghetto.
Yeah.
Like you've got the problems with your major metropolitan thing, and then you've got like this, like what Camden is for Philadelphia, or what Chester is for Philadelphia, or what
Yeah, I
for,
think Chester-
Red,
this
Reddit,
surrounding
reading, what is it, Reading,
or
Pennsylvania?
what Wilmington
everywhere in
is
America
to
is
Philadelphia,
bad.
or what everything is.
What is that place? There's that part of Pennsylvania that's like the poorest area in America. Is it Reading?
No,
Reading?
Reading, PA. That's where Taylor Swift's from.
No, it's not. It's like Reading.
Yeah, Reading.
Is it?
Is Reading poor?
I used to hate that place just because it was called Reading.
No, they have a minor league
What the
baseball team. They
I
have
swear to
Taylor
God
Swift.
that I read last night it's the poorest place in America.
Why were you looking up so much Pennsylvania facts if you didn't?
Yeah,
Because
you
of
went
my
down
dad.
from Pennsylvania. Oh, okay.
My dad's from Pennsylvania.
You just went.
But
down
were you gonna
the
like
PA rabbit
exchange
hole?
facts with him?
No.
Well,
I was just curious.
Thinking
Father's
about
Day
your
is coming
dad.
up. You want to just have like a PA PowerPoint and be like, your hometown.
Yeah, I was
Dad.
right. Reading, Pennsylvania tops poverty list census shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it was back in the day.
Says 36.1% poverty rate.
Oh, well, that's not that bad.
Well, that's like really that.
Poverty.
Both of my parents, where they're from, it's a 40% poverty rate. It's like a small city. My mom's from Clarksdale, Mississippi, which is huge for. That's like where the blues was invented.
Yeah, that's where it's like, I guess we'll sing.
Yeah.
about how sad this, how much this fucking sucks. Yeah, the place where the blues was invented, it's gotta suck.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gotta be bad.
Well, it's also like what's funny. So both my grandparents are from there. 81% black. And it's so funny knowing them that it's how racist my grandfather is. And it's like, you grew up where literally 4 out of the 5 people were black.
Yeah.
And you're the most racist
But he
guy
was
I've
just
ever
the
met.
other guy.
I mean, it could just be the type of thing where it's like, sometimes I'll go home and just be around like anyone I know from like Philly, and there's big, yeah, you fucking bully Jalen Hurts is gonna be he's gonna win MVP this year. I'm just like, I can't be around this right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that type of thing where there's like around.
Maybe
it
he
their
just
whole life,
hates
like-
people, and
Yeah.
these were the people he was around.
Yeah, that might be it. I remember I was looking in the mirror in Nashville one time. I was like, "You fucking hick, redneck." Like I was like, I had been gone for like 8 months. I was like, I forgot I'm a fucking redneck.
Yeah,
It's like you got the
Come
fucking
back,
physiognomy
examine.
of a fucking redneck.
it's not a bad thing. You know, you could be like something, something else.
I
That's
could.
worse. There's nothing. No, like I don't know. I think it's good to have like a look.
It is, I think, as long as that look is attractive, man. If you have a look, like
Yeah.
when somebody says you have a look, they never mean oh you're hot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone I know that's doing really well is like hot.
Yeah, that is sort of the trend right now. Once they replaced fat people with hot people, that was tough.
It's
That was
either
a big
tits
blow.
or ass, but it's always.
I
hot.
feel like what sucks for comedy is everyone's realized that all you have to do to be good at comedy is to do it a lot.
Yeah.
So now it's like, then why wouldn't we exclusively let hot people do it if they're just as good as the ugly
Yeah,
people?
you get these people that's like, I go to the gym every day. Why can't I go to a mic every day?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. It's
God
done.
damn it.
I
Well,
also
it
don't
became a
think-
weird thing in like the 90s, right along with asses being good. Hot people were like, oh, other hot people like it when you're not just hot but you can be like the funny person too. Just like, fuck, it's over.
You've ruined it.
It's over.
What am I going to do now?
Like you're the quarterback of the football team, and
There's
you're
always
like
meth lab.
you're
Yeah.
like a class clown too. It's like, I don't know.
Fucking, what was I going to say? I will say Shane Gillis, funniest guy alive right now. Mm-hmm. Ugly guy.
I see. I think he's good looking. I think he's a good looking guy.
You think he's good looking?
Yeah, I think tall, fat faced whites are as good as you can get.
Damn. That sucks.
I think tall, fat faced PA guys are the best thing. It's the pinnacle of humanity.
Oh, I just realized you were talking about yourself.
Yeah.
I guess I don't notice when people are tall.
I don't really see height either.
It's like kind of, I mean, I think I've just,
I don't really see height.
No, like genuinely, my roommate is a good 6 inches shorter than me,
yeah.
and I never am like, oh, we're the same height. We're just like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm 5'4", so I'm just used to people being bigger than me. So I just like never really think about it.
yeah, it's weird to have it be like if I'm around someone that's like 7 feet tall or someone that's like 3.5 feet tall, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's noticeable.
That'll happen.
But anything
Where-
within like
I have
foot, it's just like you don't. Really
I have
notice
noticed
that
though,
much.
guys that are like around 2 to 4 inches taller than me, they all try to get jacked.
Yeah.
They haven't given
that's the it's like 5'9" is the like
That's the most insecure height you can
I
be.
could be the president still. Like, yeah,
I'm so close.
if I get a thick neck, I could maybe be the Wolf of Wall. I could have Margot Robbie on my
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah,
But-
those guys have no clue.
Yeah, when you said you're 5'4",
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you're. Well, I don't know though, because you could be like Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Like
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise.
How tall is Tom
if you get
Cruise?
jacked, I think if you get jacked, I think there's a thing in life, whether it's you're hot and you want to be funny and you're going to be a comic and you work hard at it, or you're like not tall, but you want to be like famous.
Yeah.
You could probably get really jacked and then be like a Tom Cruise type.
Maybe. I mean, Tom Cruise is like my height, probably. If I met him, he'd
I
probably
think
be
that.
like an inch taller than me, maybe.
Yeah, shorter
that's with
people
his
shorter people
special
look better on
shoes.
camera.
They do. That's the deal with actors.
Every commercial I
Yeah.
ever do, they're like, fuck, I didn't realize you were tall.
Yeah.
Like every single commercial I do, they're like, fuck, okay. Because they have to like
Especially now that people are watching on their phones, they should have the actors be even shorter.
really, they should be mini people.
They should be like 3 inches tall.
I feel like they
should
are
fit in
kind
the
of
phone.
looking for somebody because actresses tend to be like around 5'9", 5'10", and
Yeah.
like
Well, that's the other thing is they switch. Is they like have big muscular women and small skinny men,
yeah.
like Zendaya and Timothy.
I've very rarely gone out with a woman who wasn't taller than me.
Yeah, that's good. Tall women is good.
Yeah, then you you can produce a normal sized baby.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I say that I'm fucking
middle.
in a nice little disagreement with my girlfriend right now, but
You're saying she should get taller.
yeah, I'm like, listen, I saved up to pay for the Chinese surgery, so you go over to Taiwan and break your shins to grow 4 inches, and then I realized, well, that's not going to make our kids any taller. But now the kids are just going to be like a good 5'9" jacked gym guy.
Yeah, who are the people doing that? The like
Guys
maybe
are like
they've gotten
5'8",
better,
5'8" guys.
Yeah.
but it is
If
like
you-
still it doesn't add more than like an inch or two to your height, right? Or does it now?
Just wear lifts if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, I feel like there's
Yeah.
probably ways to cheat that aren't as extreme as like sawing your legs in half.
Ooh, this is a thing. I think that like tall, like there's that whole like, oh, if he's not over 6 foot, I don't even talk to him
Yeah.
type shit. That's gonna go out too, just like asses.
You think
'Cause
so?
Maybe.
I think historically tall is like you've got a bad back, you've got
Yeah.
bad knees, shorter life expectancy. There's more of you, so you have a higher
I feel
chance of
like-
getting cancer.
I feel like that they're
The mortality rate of tall people over 6 foot is way less than. or
I
way-
think that's
More
like
likely to walk
the,
into a down
the,
wire or something.
The tall guy thing I think is actually kind of a recent invention.
It's
I feel.
very new. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I feel like it used to be like your grandfather would be like 5'3" and your grandmother would be like 5'7".
Yeah. Yeah,
Well-
you'd have tiny. You back in the day, your grandparents were tiny little Italians.
Yeah, yeah.
and they they couldn't speak English. And the grandma, no ass, big tits.
Absolutely
Good
no ass.
juicy grandma tits, but no ass.
But the hottest tits you ever seen.
Bone,
you could
big,
titty
juicy,
fuck,
and they
titty fuck your grandma.
and they held, and they fucking held. Mm-hmm. They sustained over the 80 years.
Yeah. So I think we're about at the end. I probably got to get out of here soon.
I think so too. I think we're pretty much done anyway. We're talking
Yeah.
about grandma juicy.
Let's go
tits.
watch The Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, Shane, thanks for we finally got you on.
Yeah. It's been tough to get over to Santa Monica.
No, it's a hike. It's a little bit of a hike. But God, isn't it worth it to do this?
Yeah. It's. I'm gonna be thinking about that the whole time I'm driving for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, what you can do is you can pull out your phone and record a nice little solo podcast.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, I just recorded the dumbest podcast I've ever done. There's a bunch of guys from Philly. Oh yeah, you can guess what the podcast was like.
Yeah, I wonder what they talked about. Was it tits, ass, and
Did they call something gay at all?
Oh, fuck, we did. We called it.
Yeah.
But
I was
did
trying
we
to avoid
start
it.
it?
No.
Shane
don't
Gill's
think we
ruined the whole
started it.
gay thing. Like you can't call anything gay as a
Yes,
punchline
having
anymore.
things be like gay and retarded jump the shark.
Yeah.
Now.
Damn.
I've been saying that shit since forever.
I've been saying that since we've all been saying it since we were kids.
I've been racist against gay people my entire fucking life.
And then this guy jumps up and it's like, "That's my thing."
Hogwash.
I don't
to
see
that.
gay.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mac. I see it every fucking day on the TV.
They're looking right back at me. 2 guys. Wow, brothers. Huh? You have a brother. Interesting. You're related to a guy.
Pause.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah,
Interesting.
You have a roommate? You have a brother?
Oh, huh. Oh, he lives
Interesting.
with you.
He's got. You probably have a somewhat close idea of what his penis looks like.
Yeah.
Wearing pants, huh? So you can pull him down and fist yourself?
All right, we can.
Does your roommate live upstairs?
No, he's just not here.
He's not here, but where does he live?
There's a room right over there.
Where do you sleep?
There's another room right over there.
You sleep right next to him so you can get closer, right?
No, no. There's a door.
You want to be closer to your man that
And
you
I have a
sleep with.
gun. I have a gun.
You have a gun?
We do share a wall, and then when one of us is jerking off, we're just like, they're like, oh, okay.
Like you're applauding him. We're
know
applauding him.
Heard
like,
you over
good
there,
job.
buddy.
Good job.
Good one.
I might start doing it too.
Sounded like it hurt, man.
Get that fist.
Ah!
You want to borrow my lube for the fist?
Yeah, get that bald man's head in your
Let me
ass.
know when I should send in the bald man.
All right, we're good.
All right, we did it.
Hell yeah.